Yeah. Judah Bing. Rolling with the punches. Time to tune in, go alert your cool friends. You can even let the tough guys and the goons in. They not the sinister six, but quite similar. After one set, son, I bet your ass remember them. Cats feminine, be gossiping and whispering. You can't resemble them. Competition, they diminish them. They got a starting five, Tommy playing point guard. BVO the center, D3 is the small forward. Sock the shooting guard, Marky Dan the PF. With D3 the sixth man, you sinking like quicksand. Too many channels making false and fake articles. We maintain remarkable and break them into particles. If you don't try to start with us, then we won't start with you. Cause it can finish quick, we ain't with the sissy shit. Plus we got keithcolon in El Fondo. I don't think you wanna fuck with Lo Mi Hair del Mundo. So just chill, ease back, and enjoy the vibe. Like the video, hit the bell and subscribe. Just chill, ease back, and enjoy the live. Hit the bell, like the video, you hear me, yo? Yeah, word 'em up. Judah Bing. Rolling with the punches. Yeah. You know the deal. Tommy from the Bronx. Rolling with the punches. Word 'em up. Okay. You see what I'm talking about? That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Rolling with the Punches podcast with Judah Bing, my friend. The música, ¡mua! Hermosa. Judah buried these cockroaches. Tommy from the Bronx. We're here. Saludos.
Yo, what's good, man? Hope everybody's doing well, man. Episode 1, Rolling with the Punches podcast. We are here. It is back. We're going to kind of remix it and reinvent this podcast. STN Sports Talk Network. My man D3 is in the house. D3, what's good with you, bro?
Hey, what's going on with you, Thomas?
Chilling, man. I'm very pumped up for this, man. I've been working on this for the last couple of weeks. I think we got it set. I mean, I like the podcast and we started off great. We did an interview early on this afternoon. keithcolon. We're gonna play that in a couple of minutes, and I'm really hyped for this, man. It's just 2026 is a new year, and we're gonna focus more on more boxing content, more serious boxing content. No foolishness, no games, no worry about what other people are doing. We're gonna worry about what we're doing over here, and just try to give you guys great content, good boxing news, kind of keep y'all updated, and great boxing conversations, you know what I'm saying? And of course, we're going to have interviews. And keithcolon, he's the home team. You know, he's even in the intro. You know what I'm saying? keithcolon is a guy I rock with since before he even turned pro. And I'm honored to have him to be our first guest on the podcast. And I think it's great timing. He's got a big fight this Saturday, his 9th world professional fight. It's going to be in the Barclays in Brooklyn, New York. He's 8-0, 8 knockouts, looking for number 9. It's going to be an 8-rounder if it makes it that far. And good things for my man keithcolon. And we had a conversation with him earlier, and we're going to play that in like a minute. D3, what my question to you is are you excited for this new beginning, this 2026, the new podcast, Sports Talk Network? Like, just tell me what you're feeling right now before we get into this.
Oh, yes, most definitely. I mean, this is what I envisioned when me and BBO first came up with the concept of rolling with the punches, have more interviews with these fighters, give the fans some insight that that we don't get on a normal basis on other platforms and things like that. So this is what me and BVO envisioned when we came up with this concept. And this wasn't something that I came up with. This was a joint discussion between me and BVO. So yeah, this is what we planning for 2026, and this is our new podcast for Sports Talk Network. And I told y'all at the beginning of the year when we came into the new year that Sports Talk Network is going to give y'all a lot of new stuff that y'all haven't seen before, and this is one of the things that we starting off with this interview with keithcolon. And he's a young, bright star that's coming up in the sport of boxing. And if you don't know who he is, y'all better look out for him because he's definitely a star coming up.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So I see you guys in the chat. Salute to everybody in the chat. My man Crush is in here. Who else is up in here? Crush the Legend is up in here. Salute to you. I can't read it. Polo's Porch 2. Salute to you. Apologize if I got that wrong. My man Gabe, G5 Gabe in the building. Salute. Kui in the building. Salute to you. Who else is up in here, man? Salute to everybody coming through. My man Judah Ben, that's the guy that did the intro for us. I appreciate you, Judah Ben, up in here. He's the one that makes it all happen. My man Oddfella up in here as well, man. Salute to you. And I'm going to highlight as we come across BVO up in the building. So he says I'm a hater. You know what? No comment. No comment. We'll get to that later. My man 503 in the building. Salute to you. My man Just Do, man. Just Do. We got your guy from Newark, man. My man Just Do from Newark as well. I know he rocks with keithcolon. He's home team as well. Salute to you, Just Do. And my man Real Shelton, Mr. Shelton. You know what I'm about. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what I didn't lie about. The Seattle Seahawks, baby, beating them bum-ass Niners. But without further ado, I'll highlight comments come across. We're going to go. We did the interview earlier today, so this is recorded from earlier today. We thought it was best if we just present it in the evening. So enjoy the video. Have any comments or questions, leave them in the chat, and we'll get to it after it. It's not that long. It's about maybe 15 minutes, I think, or 17 minutes. Either way, let's get to it. What's good, everybody? What's good, man? Hope everybody's doing well. And just want to let you guys know, man, this Saturday, we got a big fight here in New York City, on the Barclays, Brooklyn, New York. Subriel Matias defending his WBC super lightweight title against Dalton Smith. And on the card is none other than our guy. He's Team STN. He's with us, and I'm Team keithcolon, as you see here on the jacket here. And we're bringing up keithcolon, 8-0. keithcolon from Newark, New Jersey. We're going to bring him right now. We're going to have a quick interview as he tells us about, this week leading up to his fight this Saturday. Keith.
What's going on?
What's good, bro, man? How's everything, man? You ready to rock and roll Saturday?
Yes, sir. I'm ready. I can't wait.
Yeah, man. I can't wait as well. And I'm not fighting or anything, you know what I'm saying? So I'm safe. My face is going to be clean. But, you in your last 8 fights, your face has been pretty clean as well. So tell us a little bit about your opponent. I mean, you're fighting a guy. He's got over 30 fights. And if I'm not mistaken, is this going to be an 8-rounder?
Yeah, it's an 8-rounder. I'm fighting a pretty experienced opponent. He fought for a world title a couple times. He been in the ring with some world champions and notable names. So it's not about like whether I'm a win or lose. It's just what type of statement I'm gonna make.
Okay. His name is Alberto Guevara. He's 28-8. He's got 13 knockouts. He's from Mexico, and he's been fighting for a while, man. 36 fights. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of almost like a veteran in the game. He's been around, and you've been fighting. You've been fighting pretty much all your life, but professional, you've been fighting for a little bit less than 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. Already 8 fights, all fights by stoppage. So, what are you looking forward into this fight? Are you looking to put some more rounds in? Because we never get to like the 3rd or 4th round or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So 8 rounder is good, but what are you looking to do in this fight?
I'm really just looking to make a statement, whether whatever happens, however I may be victorious, however that may look, I don't really care whether I go the full 8 rounds or whether I get a knockout in the first round. I just want to make a statement, or that's my main thing. Like I said, certain fights, you it's not about, when people looking at it, it's not about whether you win or lose. It's all right, how is he winning? Like does he look focused? Does he look like he's ready for the next step? And that's what I'm going in to show this next fight.
Okay, that's what's up. D Free, you chime in whenever you want, buddy. Any questions, just shoot them real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there anything that you see that this opponent has that he does very well? Not to give away your game plan or anything like that, but what do you see that he does very well that you have to look out for?
If I'm being honest, if I just say anything, I'll be lying. I ain't do too much. I let my coaches, analyze him, and we go along with the game plan from there. I seen a couple rounds, and the stuff that I saw, I ain't want to look no more because it's gonna be different when I'm in there. Like I know he fights. When you go into the ring, you fight everybody differently. The fight that I saw, he was kind of moving around a lot. So I just immediately stopped, and I just started, I just allowed my coaches to come up with a game plan. That's what I'm gonna execute off of.
Okay. Any new sparring partners or familiar sparring partners you used in this camp to get you ready for this fight?
Yeah, I had used we went up to Bozy Gym a lot this camp, sparred up there, and it's my guy Jose from New York. I'm not sure his last name, but he's he been around for a minute, Mexican tough. So
Okay.
he always give me good rounds.
Okay. I looked at this guy's resume. He did fight. He fought Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson stopped him in 3 rounds. I mean, so he's been in the ring with some top guys. You know what I'm saying? So he's got a little bit as far as experience. He's, which is good, and that's going to look good, on your resume going into this fight. Did you happen to see that fight? Any rounds in that fight? It was only 3.
I probably watched it live back in the day. You feel me?
Yeah, where was that? What was that? That was in New Jersey. That was in the production.
Yeah, I was
You
probably
was
there watching it, and now look how it all come about. But yeah, like that was one of the like I saw one round, like a couple seconds of the first round, and it's like it's like I don't want to look at nothing like that, because in my head I'm going in there thinking, he's a veteran at the end of the day, and I say that to say with veterans they could be a little tricky, one fight they may look like they at the end of their career, and then the next fight they may look like they having a comeback, so it's tricky when it comes to veterans, but um in my head I'm thinking he's training, he's gonna be his best self. He come in there and pose as well. He come in to spoil you tonight. If I'm not mistaken, his last fight he won by knockout. So in my head he's dangerous. He's a dangerous guy, and I gotta respect it.
Yes, indeed, and that's what professionals do, right? And you're now a professional, and you work hard, and a lot of people don't know this. I mean, they should know this if they're watching this channel a lot, having you on, and we're big advocates for. I think this is the year you're going to graduate college, right, from Rutgers University.
Did that mean it was Thomas?
I think that was Thomas.
Yeah, he just stopped. I give him a second to come back. But let me ask you, in this camp, did y'all add anything new to your camp, like locations or any new workouts that you normally don't do when you're getting ready for fights?
Everything pretty much been the same except, of course this is my first 8-rounder, so the conditioning we upped it. A lot this camp. Yeah, we upped the conditioning a lot. It was a lot of things, just basically working while you tired. That was kind of the focus of this game, of this camp, and the structure around this camp was just working while you tired, and not only just working while you tired, but getting the job done. So everything that my coach had me doing, it's just making it look easy, doing it, not showing that you tired. Because in a fight, that's the same thing that goes on. you might be tired, your opponent might be tired, but if you show him that you're tired, you know, that may give him a little spark to just come on a little harder,
Mhm.
or you know, so it's just that aspect of the game, and but that's something that we worked on this camp. It's just conditioning, and I'm ready. I'm ready to showcase my talent and show what I've been working on.
Okay.
Right.
My fault. I had bad connection, so I'm glad you guys were able to keep rocking. I do want to bring this up. So this fight this week, Subriel Matias is the main event, and this is your second time fighting in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Now I don't know if you know, but I'm assuming you did. Where the test that Subriel had popped dirty, and there was questions where this fight may not even happen.
yeah.
Were you nervous about the fight, and what's your opinion on what's been going on? Because a lot of, in my opinion, I think they were trying to sabotage this event because it's a new player in town, pretty much a new
Right.
promoter in town for this promotions, which is Fresh Promotions. So, can you give us a little info on that, on how you felt when you heard that news?
Yeah. I mean, when I heard it, you know, at first when I heard, I'm like, dang, it was just like, why now? That's just my like my theory behind it. I know boxing. I know how the system goes. Things can happen. Mistakes happen. Um, at first I didn't think it was like intentional or anything like that. I was like, all right, cool. He said he gonna get with the B samples. It is what it is. But there was a lot of things that like it didn't really bother me too much because for one, yeah, he did quote unquote pop dirty, but at the same time, it was like less than 0.1%. So I'm just like, like,
Yeah, yeah,
like how could like, you get what I'm trying to say? So it was just a lot of things. Like, all right, it's not gonna like even that much. I don't think it's gonna affect anybody. If
yeah,
you get 0.1 of anything, you know like your body, your flight or flight system is just stronger than 0.1%, especially if you're an athlete.
hmm
Um, but yeah, no, I wasn't, afraid that the fight was gonna flop. We got great connections with Fresh Productions, so we was like hearing a lot of behind the scene things that was going on, and we was confident, just kept working.
okay. Yeah, because this is you've been fighting
Well,
pretty much in the East Coast, right?
Yeah,
You're from Newark, New Jersey. You fought a few times in New Jersey. I think you fought a couple times in Philly, and then this is your second fight here in New York and in Brooklyn. And for the most part, at least 3 or 4 of the fights has been under major cards. Like your
yeah,
first pro fight, your pro debut, you fought on the Shakur fight, the
right,
Shakur undercard, which was
mhm.
good. That was your pro debut. You had you didn't even open up. I think you was like the third or fourth fight. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Which was pretty cool too. Usually people make their pro debuts, they coming out first. So that was pretty cool. And you had a large amount of people coming
yeah.
to watch you. So tell us, about your fan base and your support. And is it going to be a lot of people supporting you, this Saturday night?
Oh yeah, nah, I got a tremendous fan base. The tickets is, like we do it a little different. We kind of do it how they do it back in the days where, you sell tickets by hand and the whole nine. So we got like a physical count of like how many people gonna be there, and I could just tell you like the tickets is almost sold out already. Uh, but yeah, it's just like my fan base, and for this fight, like I've been having a whole lot of Puerto Rican fans hit me up like crazy, showing mad love. And I feel like that's what people gonna be shocked by, like how many Puerto Rican fans I have, that's in attendance there for me. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a lot of people there. My crew is always strong, always solid, always come out, show love, support, and it's been like that since day one. I'm just grateful, and to have the support system that I do have, and it's only gonna get bigger.
Absolutely.
Mm.
This
With
card is
with
mostly, there's a
your
lot of. Oh, go ahead, Be Free.
oh no, I was going to say with your success that you've been having in the ring, have promoters been hitting you a lot more now that they see okay, this young guy got some talent in the ring? Have you been getting a lot of more attention from the promoters?
Yeah, for sure. They definitely impose their interest, but the conversation, we open to all conversations. We open to everything, because everybody brings something different to the table. However, I said this
Mhm.
before, I got a strong team. My team is solid, And our main thing is, you know, like how Thomas said earlier, you know, we've been on like major cards already. You know, to continue having that opportunity to be on a major platform, major card, it's a blessing, and we want to keep doing that. However, if a promoter is coming to us, you know, they got to come to us with something that we're not doing already. You know, they got to come to us with something different. If they just coming to us with, you know, and promising things that is already being done, it's kind of pointless, you know. But I'm gonna keep doing my job, keep winning. My team is gonna keep doing their job, keep getting me on the big cards, bigger platforms. That's what this year is all about. Just, you know, not just, you know, first year we got all the fights we wanted. You know, we showed that. Now this year it's getting the right fights, being on the right stages, and climbing up the ladder, and you know, building my name. That's the bigger picture here. And but yeah, they definitely show their interest.
Oh, that's what's up. I mean, this card means a lot as far as Puerto Rican boxing. There's a good
Exactly.
amount of Puerto Rican fighters on the card. Rodriguez is one of them. Nesta Bravo's another guy on it. Obviously, Subro Matias, and then yourself, and there's a few others. Those are just the names that come to the top of my head. But not just Puerto Rican boxing. I mean, Newark, New Jersey. New Jersey is a state in general, and just for like that Newark area, there's some prospects coming up. Yourself, you know, even in your gym, you know, tell us about, you know, New Jersey boxing. And if I'm not mistaken, I know I was going to ask you this earlier, so I'll just combine it. Richardson Hitchens, I think you work with him a lot too, and he now lives in New Jersey. So just tell us a little bit about New Jersey itself. It's just boxers, people from Jersey, or people just now living in Jersey training.
Nah, New Jersey boxing it's always been fighters coming out of New Jersey always been good. You know, always had, you know, your little 1 and 2 guys that's been solid. And when I say solid, I mean like actually, you know, notable fighters. You know, this dating back to like before you know, a lot of these fighters that everybody know. Like it's a guy that Sean Porter mentioned, right? Like probably like a year ago. He's like, dang, where this guy from? Like, where he at right now? What he doing right now? His name Alan Lawrence. Call him Dewdrop. He's from Jersey. He was on the Olympic team. He was, you know, wiping every division out. You know, Sean Porter, he remember him because that's around his time. You know, but that's the thing. Like Jersey, sometimes we got a lot of talent, but you know, we just get there. We don't just open the door. You know, so it's a lot. You know, we face a lot of hardships. We got a lot of obstacles in our way here, and sometimes it's just easier to, you know, worry about your life. You know, worry about home, make sure home straight, just get a job. But you know, I feel like I'm gonna be one of those guys that not only make it out but be a superstar and encourage other young fighters and other athletes. You know, that they could do it as well.
Okay. That's what's up. D3, you got anything?
Yeah. I mean, if they don't already know now, why should the fans tune in to see this card? Not only this card, but tune in to see you fight on this coming Saturday. What should they be expecting to see Keithcolon in the ring?
Man, this fight, I'm not gonna lie, but also depending on how my opponent fight, you know, if he come in there, you know, with like a winning mentality, you're gonna see a great fight. You're gonna see a great fight. I'm in crazy shape. I'm prepared to go in there and throw a million punches and, you know, dodge a million punches. You know, I'm in crazy shape. I'm in phenomenal shape. You know, I'm locked in. It's tunnel vision, but this is a great card just because of the fact that, you know, it's great matchups. You know, that's the thing about boxing. When you have great matchups, it makes for great fights, and that's what this card is all about. They got a lot of Puerto Rican fighters on here. They got, you know, a lot of prominent fighters up here. It's gonna be an action-packed card, and if you don't know the fighters, you will remember the fights. You know, and I say that to say, like sometimes you go in there, you watch the fighters and you don't know who they are, but you remember the fights. Like, dang, that was an entertaining fight. You remember that second fight? They knocked each other down back to back. This is the card for that. You know, this is the type of card where it's gonna be entertaining from the top of the card all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, indeed. The matchups was pretty good, and you know, I think it's going to be a great card. It's the first time, Fresh Promotions is promoting a fight here in the States, right? I mean, Puerto Rico is part of the United States, but the first time in the States, in New York, which is a big population of Puerto Rican fighters. So it's going to be big. And I'm sure, a guy like Dalton Smith coming from the UK is going to try to spoil the plans in the main event, but I think win or lose for Matias, I think we're going to see a very exciting fight. And I think we got a very exciting undercard. I mean, it's great when you got a world champion as a main event that's got a big following, and then a prospect like yourself, because you're still sort of a prospect, letting the people know who you are, and getting a chance to see you on a big stage. So, I mean, what does that mean to you? Just like fighting over a big undercard like that versus Shakur and now Subriel Matias, a fellow Puerto Rican.
Yeah, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing just to be here. It's a blessing to fight on this card. We talked about a lot of Puerto Rican fans, a lot of my peoples that's coming up and showing love and support. But Dalton, I really believe that like when we get there, people are gonna realize that Dalton Smith also is gonna bring a nice crowd too. Because it's not just like Subriel Matias is fighting a guy from the U.S. Like he's fighting against a guy from, if I'm not mistaken, London or Britain.
The UK,
yeah, like he's fighting a guy from the UK. So it's like country versus, where he's from. It's not just like state versus state. You get what I'm trying to say? It's going to be big. And I feel like he's going to have a good amount of people there too. So the atmosphere is going to make for like a great fight. It's going to be super competitive. It's almost like a Puerto Rico versus UK.
UK.
Yeah. Puerto Rico versus UK type fight where it's going to be packed. And it's just a blessing. I appreciate the opportunity for being on this card. I appreciate the opportunity that Fresh Production is giving to me. Yeah. And I'm gonna make the most of it.
Yeah, you get to make some fans in the UK because the UK fans, they usually travel well and they support their guy. Dalton Smith's an undefeated guy. This is his first world title fight, so I'm sure he's gonna have a big following. So for you being on the stage, that you get some UK fans like, yo, who's this kid? I mean, you're ranked 22 as far as box wrestling. You're ranked 22 in the States. And they have you like ranked 120 something as far as the world. Featherweight division, the division you're in is stacked. There's a lot of good fighters. And this month we're going to see a guy in that you've been in a ring with, sparring, Shushu, finally fight for a world title.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be a big event. I just want to let you know that here at Sports Talk Network, at TD Sports, and my man D Free, we always appreciate you. We're Team Keith Colon, man. We're out here trying to get your name out. And you're doing big things. This year you graduate college, and then after that, we're looking at title belts, right? Maybe get a regional title, and stuff like that. So just so the crowd knows, there is a little bit of bias because we rock with the team and we rock with Keith Colon. So
I appreciate you guys always for bringing me up here.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate you, donating some of your time. And fight week, man, you're only a few days away, so I know how it can be fight week. Camp is pretty over, but I know you're still trying to stay away and stay focused. So I appreciate the time that you give us. I do want to go end with a little bit of a teaser and ask you what your thoughts are, because I know this is your guy. What did you thought of Stephen Coolboy's fight with O'Shaquie? I know that's your guy.
Of course, I don't like to see one of my guys lose. He's somebody that I share the ring with, and overall, like look up to him, look up to his career. I kind of see that as like, I see my career as kind of similar to his in ways where, when you think about it, Coolboy never really have nobody really put Coolboy on. You know what I'm saying? Like he really just won his fights and worked to the top. It's the same thing for me. Like ain't nobody ever helped me out, put me on. It's just been me and my team with our notoriety, and we just been growing. So it's a lot of similarities, but he's at that point in his career where it just all depends on which Coolboy we're gonna see step in the ring. I'm just happy that he was able to get out of the ring healthy, continue fighting, be with his family, and just make a living off of it.
Yeah, yes, indeed. I mean, I like O'Shaquie Foster, and I think O'Shaquie Foster is a special talent. But not to take anything away from him, I didn't think Coolboy was at his best. Like, there's no way that I think we've seen better Coolboys. He's a 2-division world champion for a reason. and he's made millions of dollars as well. So I mean, I know that wasn't the best Cool Boy. I know there's a better Cool Boy. Not to, like I said, nothing to take away from O'Shaquie. I think O'Shaquie fought a great fight, had a great game plan. But I think Cool Boy is better than what he showed.
Yeah, and I feel like they had two different points in their careers. Cool Boy. Well, I started out with O'Shaquie. O'Shaquie, he's still in that point of his career where he's still proving himself. He's still working his way up. He's looking for the big fights. Cool Boy's kind of the opposite. He had his mega fight with Inoue. He multi-division world champ. It's kind of like it's up to him. It's up to him, whether, which one is going to show up. And sometimes, when you're in that position, it's easier, just to, just not to be as hungry, I should say, So that's what I think.
Okay. That's fair enough. Yeah. That's a fair assessment. But at the end of the day, I never want to discredit a guy like Cool Boy because I think he's a phenomenal fighter. And I think he's proven that. And it's like you said, he basically came from the bottom up and he worked his way. He didn't, he earned, those titles. He's earned, the millions that he's got in those fights that he got, so nothing was given to him. So I definitely respect Cool Boy. I met Cool Boy a couple of times, real nice guy as well. So I wanted to bring that up because I know that's your guy. And I just wanted to know what your thoughts were. It's like, I don't think that was the best Cool Boy we saw. And that's, wanted to see.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But Keith, man, this has been phenomenal. I really appreciate it. I'm going to see you this week. Hopefully, maybe at if they do a press conference later this week. I haven't heard anything weigh in, but I'll be around and I'll definitely be at the fight.
Nah, I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna catch you Saturday.
Yeah, you already know. Salute to you, man, Keith. Appreciate you.
All right, man.
All right, take care, man.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, that's my guy, keithcolon, man. You see right here, Team Cologne. I'm not gonna wear this Saturday, but keithcolon makes me look bigger than what I am, man. It's just mad tight. But definitely appreciate Keith. And we're gonna air this later on tonight. But I wanted to do this, no distractions from the chat. And definitely appreciate Keith, man. D-Free, what's your final thoughts on keithcolon?
Hey, man, young, upcoming, excellent prospect. He I know he doesn't call himself a knockout artist, but that's what he's been getting as of late. He has a similar career to, I know he said Cool Boy, but I think his career is similar to Abdullah Mason, a young prospect that a lot of people wasn't paying attention to, and he was just doing it the right way. He was fighting at any fight he can get to put his name out there, put his face on the TV screen, and he have his family behind him. And that's the same thing that I see with keithcolon. They got a similar backing with their family and how they go about their business. They don't let too many people in the middle of their business. They keep it in-house and they keep their head moving forward. And so I think him and Abdullah Mason got a similar background. And I see the same thing that I saw with Abdullah Mason. I see the same thing out of keithcolon. I see a young guy that a lot of people not paying attention to, and he's going to surprise a lot of people.
And that's a great comparison. The only difference I will say is that Abdullah at least had top rank. Keith did not have top rank. He fought in one top rank card in his pro debut, but he did not have top rank to really promote him. So Abdullah had that. So that does help, having a big machine like Top Rank behind you. So that's why I think Keith is coming up, it's a little bit tougher for him as, compared to Abdullah. But the similarities, they're definitely it's definitely similar, both their careers, the way they're coming up. So that's the only little difference. So, and Top Rank, having a machine like Top Rank, it does help. You know what I'm saying? So but with that being said, man, we're gonna end this and salute to everybody watching. We'll be talking in a minute because we'll still be on as this plays. The video will come off and we'll still be live and we'll take any questions in the comments. Appreciate you guys. D-Free, always appreciate you being up here. Salute to you, bro.
Peace.
Yeah, buddy.
There you got it, guys. Man, that was the interview with Keith. We did it earlier today, man. I appreciate everybody in the building. If you got any questions, comments, put them in the chat. We'll be on for a little bit longer. But D-Free, man, all I got to say is I think Keith is a very special talent. And I think he's just a special individual just by conversations I had with him. I mean, this is a kid that is going to school full-time. He's a full-time fighter. He's about to graduate Rutgers. A kid I've seen fight live about 4 or 5 times. I've been to 4 or 5 of his fights. And I've been to a couple fights where we were just watching the fights. Like he was at the Berlanga Shiraz fight with Shakur and Zepeda. We was there, and we got to kick it with him while watching fights. And it's also always a special treat, to see the fighter inside the ring and then to see the human being outside of the ring. So this is why I say he's a special young man that has a great, great future and a good head on the shoulders, So I'll leave it at that. And then Clarence, salute to you, Clarence. I don't know if you saw, you're a funny guy, but look at my man Clarence. Is this Clarence and Keith right here? But Clarence is the one that linked me up with Keith last year. Early last year, like in January, he linked me up. We did an interview with Keith. He was still in the amateurs. He was fighting in the tournament, and we did the interview back, I believe, in February or March of last year, if I'm not mistaken. So, my man, not last year. Last year, 2005. Talking about 2024. So we're in 2020. So 2024, early 2024. So my man Clarence, shout out to you. Good looking out for linking that up with Keith. But D-Free, any thoughts before we go to the chat? I see people in the chat.
No, I mean, like you summed it up very well. Yeah, Keith Colon is a special talent. He's a special individual. You don't get guys like Keith Colon that comes around in the sport very often. And when you do get him, you got to embrace him and show him the support, because those type of guys don't come around that often, where they keep their head on straight. They very fan friendly, and they very humble. So with those type of individuals, you definitely got to show the support and show the love, and keep an eye on them, because I think Keith Colon is definitely a future champion in the sport and a future star. The sky's the limit for him. The young man is very talented in the ring and outside of the ring. So y'all definitely got to keep an eye out for Keith Colon.
Yes, indeed. 903, man, salute to you. 903 Boxing. That's my guy right there, who does great content on his end. One of my favorite channels. Believe it or not, 903 Boxing is one of my favorite channels. He asked what weight class Keith is in. He fights at featherweight at 126. Which is a loaded division. There's a lot of good fighters in 126. I don't know if you guys heard me. I talk about this kid that my friend manages, Jan Santana. That's another good, bright young kid. He's from Dominican Republic, trains out in Puerto Rico. He fights at featherweight. And then, of course, my main man, not that Keith's not my main man, but Shushu is at 126 as well. That's my main man here out of New York, out of Brooklyn, Brownsville, Brooklyn. So yeah, man, this is a loaded division who Keith has been in the ring with. Keith has shared the ring with Shushu multiple times. He told us that when he was an amateur. That was one of the guys he sparred with a lot, as well as Stephen Fulton. He sparred with a lot and worked out with. Keith has got a lot of good work, sparring wise, with some known talent in the pros. Shakur, he sparred with Shakur multiple times as well. So he's sparred with some really good quality opposition to help him get battle tested. Iron sharpens iron. That's all I can say about that, right? So Keith gets good work right now, working with Richardson Hitchens. He works with my guy Ofacio Falcone. That's another guy he worked with a bunch of times. So Keith is battle trained. You know what I'm saying? He's just moving up, take pace by pace. I think the focus is school as well. He's almost done with Rutgers University, which is a fine university. So, so Keith Colon, he's at the welterweight division. Featherweight division, excuse me. What's wrong with me? Featherweight division, 126. Jesus.
Jumping that man up there.
Not yet. Eventually he'll be up there. He's got a long way to go. At 126 to 147, that's 21 pounds. So, but featherweight division, which is a loaded division right now. Currently, BoxRec has him ranked 22 amongst Americans and ranked 122, I believe, in the world. So there's a lot of guys, a lot of fights. He's only had 8 fights, and he's been a pro since summer of 2024. So, yeah, that's that. But, great first interview. I definitely wanted to start it off with Keith as the first episode of Roll with the Punches podcast. We got a lot coming up with the Roll with the Punches podcast. I got a couple of interviews lined up. I don't know if they're going to be this week or next week. I I got a fighter from Puerto Rico that's going to be on soon. I'm sure I'm going to probably do it here if on this podcast. There was another fighter I had in mind. I can't get off the top of my head. I've been talking to a couple people, but just look out, man. We had a couple of topics we're talking about. Of course, we got the big fight this Saturday, Subriel Matias against Dalton Smith. Hopefully I have some content for you guys as I'll be at the fight, and I just got my credentials today, so I'll be at the press conference and the weigh-in as well. So,
yeah. Hey, I wanted to ask you, what outside of the Keith Colon fight and the main event, what fight do you think is going to surprise the fans the most? What fight you think is going to be the most surprising?
On the card or just in general, like coming?
No, on the card this weekend.
I think the main event. I think the main event is good. I think Dalton Smith is a solid opponent that could win, that could come over and win. Listen, Matias was kind of in a similar situation as champion, as the IBF champion, and he fought Liam Paro in Puerto Rico, and Liam Smith beat him. I mean, Liam Paro beat him. And that wasn't even like a questionable decision. I thought it was a legit win for Liam Paro. So credit for Liam Paro going into Puerto Rico. This is not Puerto Rico, but there's going to be a lot of Puerto Ricans in the crowd, right? And I'm sure Dalton Smith is going to bring some people as well. So I think that's going to be a big fight. I think people are going to be surprised at how good Dalton Smith is. So I would say the main event will be the surprise. I still think Matias is going to win, but I think people will be surprised as how good Dalton Smith is, because I don't think people are really familiar with Dalton Smith.
Yeah, I think the same thing with the Shushu fight, because I don't think a lot of people have paid attention to Shushu's opponent. I think most people just think Shushu's going to go in there and win, but he's in there with a dangerous guy, a guy who's a big puncher. I think Shushu got to come in there on his A game. I don't think Shushu can fight him the same way he fought his last two opponents. I think he got to be a little bit smarter with this guy, because he is a big puncher. And I think that's going to be – I think they're going to see something in Shushu that they haven't seen before.
I think so as well. Just to let you know, that is not this Saturday. That fight is on the Teofimo Shakur undercard.
Oh, that's right. That's on the Teo fight. That's on the Teo
That's why I didn't mention that fight. I thought you just still talking about Saturday. He's on the 31st, because we got a lot of good fights on January 31st. We got like 3 cards. We got the card, the matchroom card, right, which is Teofimo and Shakur, and then you got the undercard there. You got the top rank card with Xander Zayas taking on Abbas Barul. That's in Puerto Rico.
Oh, that's right. Xander Zayas is fighting on the 31st.
On the 31st too. Yeah, there's 2 fights. And then Bakram is defending his title against was it Josh Kelly is his name, from the UK, and I think that fight's in the UK. That might be earlier in the day. So that's also on January 31st. So you got 3 cards.
Oh, that's on the 31st too?
Yes, there's 3 cards on the 31st, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think that Saturday I'm gonna have to sit in the house for that day. I think I gotta get everything done on Friday, because I know that that Bartram card that's overseas, that's going to be a afternoon card, and then you got the 2 evening cards with Top Rank, and then you got Matchroom. Yeah, I think. Subriel's fighting on the Matchroom card.
Subril's on the match. Subriel is this Saturday. No, Subril's Saturday. Separate card.
That's Subriel's a Matchroom card. It's the TO. That's a Matchroom, or that's a turkey card?
Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's a ring card, but it's going to be Matchroom. It's the main promoter, but it's a ring card, and that's in Madison Square Garden. So that's the 31st.
No, Subriel's not pay-per-view. That's on regular DAZN.
No, Subriel is on pay-per-view. It's on pay-per-view.com. That's this Saturday.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, that's pay-per-view. Fresh Promotions, yeah.
Dang, I thought that was on regular Matchroom.
No, that's not even Matchroom, because Matchroom lost the purse bid. That's the whole big thing as far as what's been going on with Subriel.
That's right. They did lose the purse bid.
Yes, because it was supposed to be on a ring card, and I think they wanted to do it in Saudi, but they lost the purse bid. And that's why I said the whole thing with the drug testing and how it was just so convenient that things got out. I think they were really trying to sabotage the event. I talked about it. I dropped a video about it, and I explained a little bit about it. I'm gonna have a part 2 of that video, hopefully by tomorrow, and then maybe I'll do a little bit of a breakdown. But Shao kind of said it best.
Why they made it a pay-per-view though?
I don't know.
That's bad.
And it's only like 6 or 7 fights. So
yeah, they made it a pay-per-view. That's not gonna do well. Most people thought that was gonna be on the zone because I sure enough thought it was gonna be on the zone.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna do well pay-per-view, but I think it's gonna sell tickets. I think it's doing well ticket-wise. So because it's going to be a lot of Puerto Ricans.
Tickets, I just thought.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the TV views. The TV views.
Yeah, that is weird. That's
$65 for that.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna do. I mean, to be honest, on pay-per-view, I doubt it. Everybody's streaming stuff anyway and Fire Stick and stuff. But yeah, I don't think it will do well pay-per-view. But as far as ticket-wise, I think they're gonna do well ticket-wise. But as far as a breakdown, Shao I think said it kind of best here. Says Dalton is good, nice accuracy and time, but Sabril about to come down with the volume on it, which is what Sabril pretty much does, and see whether or not can Dalton Smith kind of be able to handle that. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on.
Okay, I paid $65 for that. I can't do it. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I'm gonna have to see if one of my local Puerto Rican bars is putting the fight on. I'm sorry, I can't pay $65 for that.
903 Bison says, I think the Bachman Kelly fight is going to be kind of. I agree. I think so too. Bachman finally getting in a fight. I don't think he fought all of 2025. Kelly hasn't even fought either that much either. Kelly was once a
hold up. So
big time prospect.
You telling me when Bachman beat Tim Tszyu, that was in 24?
Yes, the end of 24. Yes,
wow.
Almost positive. I didn't look it up, but I'm almost positive that he didn't fight all of 2025. Now I'm gonna look
it up. He was looking for. Yeah, he was looking for a fight, but I thought that was early 2025 that he beat Tim Tszyu. That's why.
Let me just double check.
Absolutely right. No, you're right. You're right because Tim Tszyu lost to Sebastian Fedor, then turned around and had that fight with Bartram later on in the year and got knocked out.
It was October of 2024.
Yeah, and then he fought Sebastian Fedor at the beginning of 2025. He ended up fighting Sebastian Fedor again. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
You see how people are. See how my friends are. How they do me.
Nah.
Especially after my team beats their team. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Look at Mr. Shelton.
I see Mr. Shelton. I ain't paying him no attention. 903 boxing. Nah, Basham didn't duck Lubin. Lubin turned the fight down at the fight Virgin because it was more money. He turned the fight down. It wasn't Basham that ducked Lubin. Lubin is the mandatory. He was the mandatory. He didn't duck. Yeah. He didn't duck Lubin. Lubin turned the fight down to fight for more money.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Because he was supposed to get the fight with Bachram. The IBF, they do good when it comes to their mandatories. So he was the mandatory for that title.
Yeah, because Bachram would have definitely lost his belt if he turned the fight down because IBF would have took that belt from him. He would have definitely lost his belt.
Yeah. Let me see what this guy. If it was Devin Haney, the world would stop. Listen, you might be right. Listen. You're not gonna want to argue with me about Devin Haney because I rock with Devin Haney, so I'm not gonna say anything bad. But you might have a good point. But with that being said, to the back of the class you go because the Niners lost and they're gonna lose this weekend to the Eagles too, so they'll be eliminated.
Hey, I'm rooting for the Niners. I'm rooting for the Niners.
You rooting for the Niners? I ain't rooting for the Niners. I can't stand the Niners.
Why would I root for the Eagles? They're in my division. You ain't rooting for the Niners because they're in your division.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll put it this way. Who would you rather face? You would rather face the Eagles or would you rather face the Niners?
I'd rather face the Niners. I think we're going to smoke them, if we play them again.
Exactly. So why would you
be rooting for Carolina
the
beats the Rams? I hope Carolina beats the Rams.
You want the Niners to knock the Eagles off because the Eagles is a more talented squad right now. So you would want the Niners to knock the Eagles off.
You want that nugget?
You're talking about if Devin Haney popped for weed, it'll be a wrap. You might be right that people don't like Devin Haney. But this ain't about Devin Haney, man. It's about Keith Colon and the roll with the punches. Mr. Shelton, I'm about to troll you, man. You see how you get, and I know you're probably gonna make videos of me, getting beat up by BVO or something like that. But it's okay. It's all right. he said, I'll take that.
That's he said, making videos and you get beat up by BVO.
Yeah. But I really don't got nothing else, man. I just wanted to come on here, start episode 1. This was good. We got some other stuff lined up. And check us out, man. Roll with the Punches podcast, man. Any closing thoughts, Steve Free?
Nah, y'all make sure y'all tune in because we will be having, like I said, more interviews with these fighters. We're going to talk to a lot of fighters that y'all haven't spoke to before. We're going to talk to some of the ones that y'all have seen before. So we definitely going to get more in tune with the fighters and give y'all some of these background stories that y'all not hearing elsewhere. So stay in tune. Keep your notifications on and be locked in the Sports Talk Network because we're doing big things in 2026.
Yes, indeed. With that being said, I definitely appreciate everybody that came through and look forward to conversing with you guys in the future, as we'll probably open the panels every now and then when we do this podcast. And we just want nothing but good boxing talk, man. Great boxing conversations, like in the barbershop. You know what I mean? So that's what it's all about. And, I definitely appreciate everybody. Appreciate D-Free, Sports Talk Network. We out of here. I'm going to play this tune on the way out, and we'll catch you guys later, man. Be safe.
Yeah. Judah Bing. Rolling with the punches. Time to tune in, go alert your cool friends. You can even let the tough guys and the goons in. They not the sinister six, but quite similar. After one set, son, I bet your ass remember them. Cats feminine, be gossiping and whispering. You can't resemble them. Competition, they diminish him. They got a starting 5, Tommy playing point guard. BVO the center, D3 is the small forward. Sock the shooting guard, Marky Dan the PF. With D3 the 6th man, you sinking like quicksand. Too many channels making false and fake articles. We maintain remarkable and break them into particles. If you don't try to start with us, then we won't start with you. Cause it can finish quick, we ain't with the sissy shit. Plus we got Keith Colon in El Fondo. I don't think you wanna fuck with Lo Mi Hair del Mundo. So just chill, ease back, and enjoy the vibe. Like the video, hit the bell and subscribe. Just chill, ease back, and enjoy the live. Hit the bell, like the video, you hear me, yo? Yeah, word 'em up. Judah Bing. Rolling with the punches. Yeah. You know the deal. Tommy from the Bronx. Rolling with the punches. Word 'em up. Okay. You see what I'm talking about? That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Rolling with the Punches podcast with Judah Bing, my friend. The música, ¡mua! Hermosa. Judah bury these cockroaches. Tommy from the Bronx. We're here. Saludos.